Hey guys, welcome to an all-new episode of Flea Market Finds right here on ToyWorldOrder.com, as well as the Toy World Order YouTube page. Subscribe to us if you haven't. It's really easy to click the button, subscribe. Lots of great videos coming out. Now this show's all about the stuff that I find at flea markets, garage sales, antique stores, auctions. Did I say auctions already? I can't remember anymore. I'm getting old, man. Past 35, I'm getting into being an old man. Anyway. I got some cool stuff for you guys this time around on Flea Market Finds. What to start with? I always say it's always a good thing to go into thrift stores. Goodwill. Let's get the name right. As well as Salvation Army, any type of thrift store you have in your neck of the woods. It's always a good idea to go in there once a week, twice a week, because they're always putting new stuff out and you never know what you're going to find. And one of the things I found was this very, very awesome Disney Presents Cartoon Classics VCR board game. This is awesome. Now, yes, it's for very young kids, but it's Disney, it's a board game, it was all there. Trust me, I sat there and counted all the pieces and made sure it was all there. The VHS tape is in here. Very, very neat, very cool. I think this was circa, I want to say it's like 84, 85, and you can kind of tell because the VCR on here is ancient, as well as the TV. It's like, well, that's old. Very, very cool though. Very neat thing to find. I love finding board games. I find a lot of them in Salvation Armies and Goodwill and stuff, but I always pass on them because they're always incomplete. I found a Goosebumps one that was a really cool 3D Goosebumps board game. Every time I've come across it, there's always pieces missing, and it goes for a ton of money on eBay, and I really want that game. I keep hoping that I'm going to come across it in the wild and it's going to have all its pieces, or missing a piece or two instead of like 30, which is horrible. But very, very cool, very neat board game. Something I haven't got a chance to play. I do have a working VCR, of course. I haven't had a chance to really put the tape in and see what else on there, but looks really fun. It's kind of cute, especially for the fact that it's, you know, it was for ages 3 and 6, so I'm a little out of the age range physically, but mentally I'm right there on the level, which is awesome for me because I can play this and have fun. Let's move on. I love finding kids books, and I'm kind of done buying kids books for the most part. It used to be we would go to a garage sale or flea market and dig through the kids books and just bring piles of them home until we pretty much filled up a bookcase, and I'm like, well, we're done because I don't know what else to do with all these kids books and stuff and coloring books. But one of the ones I found before we had stopped buying was these very, very awesome Golden Book She-Ra Princess of Power hardcovers, which are very, very cool. I found 3 of the 4. The only one I don't think I found was She-Ra Princess of Power, but I found Everything But Happiness. I found The Queen of the Ball and The Spirit of She-Ra. Very, very cool, very neat. As I always say, they don't make kids books like this anymore. Some great artwork inside the kids books. Shadow Weaver, Adora before she's She-Ra, Queen Angelica, Glimmer, Cowl. Just some great fully painted artwork that they just don't do anymore in kids books like this anymore. And these are great because this was before they were still kind of carrying the whole Adora had the She-Ra mask, and then she turned into She-Ra by, you know, the mask would flip upside down and she'd be She-Ra. So very, very neat, very cool books. Like I said, I'm only missing She-Ra, the Princess of Power. My good buddy Pixel Dan has that book, and one of these days that book may not survive a trip to his house because it may sneak out under my shirt in the dark of night, or not. I'll just keep looking for it, but one can hope, right? Anyway, let's move on. I got some more Master stuff to show you, so let's check this out. Now, thanks to my good buddy Dave Draper, I managed to come across some very, very cool Masters Universe vintage vehicles. I found the Battle Ram Chariot with both its missiles, and the missiles do still fire. Well, they're supposed to technically. There we go. Oh! Those things are dangerous. Why do they don't make fiery missiles like that anymore? Dear Lord. But Battle Ram Chariot was I'm afraid that spring's going to eject and I'm going to put an eye out. The Battle Ram Chariot was very cool. It was basically 2 vehicles in one. You had a place to put a He-Man figure in the back, and you could also separate the Ram into a flying sled that you could put He-Man or one of the other characters on, and he'd fly around Eternia and Castle Grayskull. Very, very kind of cool 2 vehicle in one. Something I love. I love old vintage Masters vehicles and playsets, so this is a very, very cool thing. The other vintage Masters vehicle that I got, thanks to my buddy Dave Draper, was the awesome classic Wind Raider with, you know, the hook that you could attach to something, and then, you know, you could roll the hook up. Rolling it the wrong way. Okay, so technically the hook doesn't roll up anymore. I'm gonna have to fix that, but not a big deal because I've had to fix a couple of things. The wings on this were busted. They were busted off the pegs. I was able to fix them and re-glue them and super glue them with some really, really extra strong hold super glue. So the wings will stay into their pegs and they're able to be moved and played with now. So that's a plus, but a very, very cool classic Masters vehicle. All complete. The stickers are in pretty decent condition. I may end up printing some reproduction stickers and re-stickering this myself and make it look all nice and pretty. But I'm gonna have to fix that that grappling hook. That sucks. That doesn't want to go up there. Oh well, small price to pay for some vintage vehicles, but something that luckily I can fix, and I will fix and get it all taken care of. But very, very cool vintage Masters vehicles. I also managed to get some very, very cool Masters Universe Classic figures, some that I actually didn't have, which is awesome. I got the vintage Faker with his, you know, complete with his sword, his armor, and his sticker under there is still in really good condition, but very, very cool. Yeah. Faker was always a classic. I got something I need to fix and haven't yet, but put his armband back on. I did get both versions of Stratos with red backpack, blue wings, and red wings, blue backpack. Very, very cool. Both figures, same figure variation. Very cool though. Always wanted both of these. I had the red blue wings, the red pack blue wings. Never had the blue pack red wings. So very, very cool to have. I got a complete Mer-man with his sword. Very, very cool. Always liked Mer-man. He was always a great character. Very, very neat character. His legs are a little loose and a little wobbly, but other than that, not bad. His waist, I don't know what's wrong with his waist, but he won't turn at the waist, so that's kind of sad. But again, like most of my stuff, it's a display piece, so I'm just happy to have him. He's complete with his weapon. He's in pretty good condition, so that's a plus. And then I got a hold of Manny Faces, but not just any Manny Faces. I was digging through the bin of Master stuff. I happened to discover that this was the Manny Weapons variation, and I found 2 of the weapons. I found Manny Weapons shield and his mace, and luckily I've got a pal that can hook me up with the other Manny Weapons, but this was another odd variant that he just came packaged with these kind of rust colored weapons and was labeled as Manny Weapons by the fans for the most part. He still said Manny Faces on the package, but very cool, very neat variant to find with a couple of his Manny Weapons. So this was kind of fun to dig through and go, ooh, I know what those go to. Those are Manny Weapons. Very, very cool, very plus. I was very, very happy to come across this and find it. So some cool Masters of the Universe figures to add to my collection. I got one more huge Masters of the Universe thing to wrap this episode up. Let's take a look. Now, I had made mention, if you listen to Dave and Devall's Toys and Collectibles, that I wanted to find a vintage Grayskull in a box, sealed, for a decent amount of money, and I was going to buy it, open it, do a video on it. I didn't find one sealed. I did find a very, very good vintage Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull with a box, and the box is in really, really good shape. There's a little bit of tape damage up here, but the main graphics itself is in beautiful, beautiful shape. The box is in gorgeous shape. The back of the box is in really nice condition. Overall, it was just a really, really good shaped box to pick up. And then, of course, can't have Castle Grayskull without the actual Castle Grayskull. which is one of the most iconic playsets in the 1980s. This castle was pretty much complete. It's missing a few of the small weapons in the weapons rack. It has the most important one, which is the teeny tiny gun, which goes for like $25 to $30 for a teeny tiny gun. Luckily, that teeny tiny gun is here. And it was missing some of the cutouts and one of the stickers. Luckily though, thanks to a lot of the Masters Universe fans and a lot of resources online, I was able to find somebody who had scanned the original cutouts and sticker sheets to their original sizes and was able to take those and get them professionally printed out on cardstock and label stock and actually fix up my Castle Grayskull so it looks all nice and neat. So very, very cool, very neat, very happy to have this playset after all these years. I had one when I was a kid, and now it's very cool just to have one after all these years to go, this got ruined in the flood when my house flooded, and now I have another one, and it just makes me very happy. So very, very cool. Very cool episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Flea Market Finds. I'll be back again with some more great stuff. I've got lots of cool stuff to show you. Like I said, I kind of got to stretch these out a little bit. We got to make it through winter and into spring, people. We got to make it to spring when it gets warmer so I can go back out and find more stuff. Oh, God. There you go, guys. Check out toyworldorder.com. Sign up for the forums. It's actually free. If you haven't yet, there's lots of great talk going on over there. Check out all the great videos on toyworldorder.com, as well as subscribe to us, as I said, on YouTube. Just click the subscribe button. Subscribe. Helps us out a lot, and you'll be notified of all the great videos going up for Toy World Order. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Puppet Devall. Always lots of great stuff going on my Twitter feed. You never know what conversation I'm in the middle of or what I'm showing off, so check that out. And gang, until next time, make sure you keep digging, because you never quite know what you're going to come across. Take it easy, gang.